The Meat Sangria podcast with Marty Lipari starts in 5, 4, 3, 2. Okay, I can't wait. One more second. Hello, everyone. Welcome to the Meat Sangria podcast. My name is Matt Lipari. I don't know who that Marty guy was. It is a Wednesday today, a morning. I usually make this after I eat lunch, and I realized it was like inhibiting my ability to speak sometimes. I'd have like pounds of food in me because I'm a disgusting monster shoving everything in my mouth. And I'd be like, "Ugh, ugh, I can't speak." So now I'm going to try in the morning. We'll see how it goes. Um, what did I do last week? Oh, pickleball. Remember last time I was wearing my pickleball outfit? Turns out you're not supposed to dress like that for pickleball. I was wrong. You're not supposed to wear a fine polo shirt. My headband was good, but it was fun. I get the appeal of pickleball now. That was my first time playing in my life. I didn't realize you can just set up anywhere. Like you bring your equipment with you, like the net and stuff. You can just play on like a basketball court. So I didn't realize that. It was pretty fun. I did lose. It was my first time playing, and to be fair, we played in the middle of the night. Like it was a bad time to play. There was a light in my eye. It was like a giant searchlight, like a lighthouse shining in my face. I couldn't even see the ball half the time, but it was very fun. So I will probably be playing again. I don't want to become like one of these crazy pickleball people that's like buying all the equipment and like cheating on their husband with their pickleball instructor. I don't know why that's. I don't have a husband, and if I did, I wouldn't cheat on him. I would. I'm not gay. First of all, let's clear that up. I should probably just say wife from now on and not make you guys think I'm gay. But being gay is fine, so it's okay. But yeah, the equipment's probably pretty expensive. Getting all that stuff, like the net and stuff, it was fairly easy to set up. I don't think I'm there yet. Like I bought a spike ball. I don't know. In my mind, spike ball is like an equivalent sport to pickleball. It's like a game you can just grab a thing and play. You play on like the beach or the park. I play that. I have one sitting right here. I can see it from my current perch on my couch. That's a beginner level. That's like maybe $50. I bought it all on Amazon or probably cheaper. Pickleball, I'm assuming, is like a few $100s to get everything, and it's a lot more space you need. And you can't really play it on the beach either, so you need like a hard surface. But it is fun. So if you haven't played pickleball, try to find someone. Try to find a rich young white woman to play. I don't know why that's. I didn't even play with a rich young white woman. I'd play with a poor white woman. No, a middle class white woman. I went home this weekend. I went on a camping trip this weekend, but I went home first just to say hello to the family. They miss me so much. And I went to my parents' house and I was acquiring camping equipment. Got sleeping bags there. I don't have it all here. And I heard like a buzzing in their attic. I went to the attic and it was like a snoring sound in the wall, and I was like, what the fuck is that? I thought it sounded like a bear hibernating in like the woods. I thought it was one of their cats. Like our cats was like sleeping in like a weird spot, and I was like trying to find him. And then I was just like, what is this? So I would knocked on the door, and the snoring stopped, but it sounded like buzzing. And I was like, I'm pretty sure there's an animal sleeping there. So I told them, and then my sister was like, oh, I keep getting these wasps in my room every morning. Could it be related to that? I'm like, it did kind of sound like wasps. So I went back up there, and it sounds like a wasp's nest. It just sounds like a hive. So then I go outside and look at the roof, and there's just a fucking wasp's nest on the roof, digging into the. It sounds like they're literally about to break into the house. It's like national treasure level secrecy of them breaking in. They're like, it sounds like they're like an inch away from the wall, just slowly eating away. So I'm like, damn, that sucks. I don't live here anymore. That's not my problem. It's like, yeah, you got a wasp nest. So I was there. I was waiting. We had to drive upstate to go camping. My dad got home from work, and I told him about it. He's like, let's go take a look at the wasp nest. So we go outside, and I pointed at him. And he's like, all right, we'll get the ladder and the hose. Let's see. I'm like, fuck you. I'm not out here when you're hosing the wasp nest. Maybe we can get the power washer. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. How about you hire a professional? He took out a hose. He tried to spray. It doesn't reach. It's like all the way. The highest point on the roof is where the wasps. They're smart. They know how to make us not get them. So I don't even know. I didn't even ask them what happened with that. I'm assuming they have to call someone, or my dad is just. He looks like a piece of bubble wrap that got burnt in the sun with all the wasp stings. A small man is going to go on the roof of the ladder, the most slanted part of the roof, and spray a wasp's nest? Yeah, okay. Have fun dying. Have fun breaking your neck. Not doing that. So I pointed out the problem. I found it out. I don't know what my sister was going to... She was just going to be content with having a wasp in her room every single day and killing it and not asking questions. I don't know. I don't know what goes on there. I just wreak havoc and then I leave. So that was fun. Yeah, and then I went camping. which was a wonderful time upstate New York. I haven't been camping I used to go a lot. I used to be a Boy Scout. I am an Eagle Scout, in case that impressed some of you ladies. Some of your pants just fell clean off. Jesus Christ, pull those back up. Get yourself together. No, I used to go camping a lot. It was very fun. I love camping. I don't get to go that often, or I guess I don't make a priority of it, but I went. It was just for a night. Very fun. We went to this lake in upstate New York. Our plan was to catch a bunch of fish and then eat it over the fire. We're going to make a campfire. We didn't catch shit. Half the time I go fishing, I don't catch shit. And I give up after like 30 minutes, maybe at most. But I'm with some hardcore fishermen sometimes who are just like, we got to hit this spot. We got to hit every spot on the lake for the fish. Like, bro, if they don't want the food, they don't want the food. If I'm offering a delicious assortment, a continental breakfast on my hook, and you don't want it, I don't think you're going to want it over there. But I'm wrong, obviously, because they do catch fish in other spots. We were just chilling in the lake. It was a great time. I tried peeing in the lake because, that's what you don't get out to pee if I'm in the lake. I used to pee in the pool. Now I'm more conscious about peeing in the pool. I don't do it. But when I was a kid, I would pee in the pool. Without fail, I would always pee in the pool. Like, guys, don't pee in the pool. I'm not listening to you. I'm pissing everywhere. I'll piss right next to the pool. I'll piss in the pool. That's why you have chemicals in here. And I would even, like, when I was swimming, I would, like, put water in my... I don't even know why I'm saying this. I would embrace the piss is what I'm trying to say. But now I don't pee in the pool because now I'm like, okay, that's kind of gross. Now I think about it. Now that I have a fully developed frontal cortex, that's kind of gross. But I tried peeing in the lake, and it burned my pee hole. I was like, Jesus Christ, what's in this lake? It's like brain-eating amoebas in the lake, like swimming up my pee hole. So it kind of like ruined the vibe. I was like, Jesus Christ, I can't pee. I tried to lift myself slightly out of the water and pee. It just wasn't that great. I had to get out of the lake on the side and just pee on a tree. That sucked. It's like, it reminds me of the when I went to the Amazon. We're in the Amazon River. There are like those umbrella fish, they're called, where they... I don't know if you guys know about this, but I'm going to ruin your day if you're a man. If you're a woman, I don't think it affects you, or maybe it does. There's the umbrella fish, which swim up your stream of piss. I think they like follow warm water. So when you're like an animal's peeing in the river, it'll swim up your stream of piss and lodge itself in your urethra. And it's called an umbrella fish because it like opens up like an umbrella and then gets stuck there. And you need surgery to get it out. So that was a worry. I went to the Amazon last year. But our guide said there was none in the river, so we could pee. I peed in the river many times because otherwise, yikes, that would have been rough. So that's what it kind of felt like, just my pee burning. I was like, Jesus, this sucks. It also reminds me of the time I pooped at the beach in the water when I was a kid. I just dropped a fat log. Like, when you go to the beach, I feel like I told this story. I don't know. Sometimes I feel like I tell these stories and I don't remember. You just, like, it's hard to walk back to the bathroom. It's like when you're a kid, especially, it's like raising your hand in class and be like, hey, can I go to the bathroom? Sometimes it's difficult. And sometimes the teacher says no. Like, what are you, sadistic? When a 5-year-old kid musters up the courage to ask if you can go to the bathroom and you say no, all right, I'm going to piss on the floor. Open your mouth, I'll piss in your mouth. Like, there's going to be poop and pee everywhere. I can't control myself. I'm potty trained, but I'm not potty disciplined. I don't have the willpower to hold it in. So it's kind of like that where I'm like, I don't really want to ask someone to go to the bathroom. I don't want to walk back to the bathroom that's like a mile away. So I'll just go in the ocean. So I remember I pooped in the ocean when I was a kid, and I saw it floating next to me, and I was like, okay, let's get away. Shoo, shoo, shoo. Go bother someone else. But, is it kind of gross? Yes. But also every animal is pooping and peeing in the ocean. Every sea animal. So it's like, is it really that bad? No. I don't know if they're pooping to the degree. I'm sure a whale is. I'm sure when a whale shits, it's like, poof. Yo, you should eat a better diet, bro. No more Chipotle for you, sperm whale. But, yeah, that's what... I don't know why we're just, like, diving into every weird body of water excrement story. But, yeah, I tried peeing, and it just burned. And so it wasn't an indication that I have an STD or anything. I'm perfectly clean. I am a safe, clean man. But, yeah, I don't know what's in that water. So would I trust the fish that I was eating from there anyway? I don't know. I probably would have eaten it still. Instead, we bought some sausages and some corn that we threw over the fire. It was, I don't know, it was a good camping trip. I enjoyed. I was given a tip on the quote-unquote best ice cream in upstate New York, which is at the Stewart's gas station. It was actually really good. It was very good ice cream. I was surprised. They have very nice flavors with stuff in them. So I don't know how far-fetching Stewart's shop is, like a gas station, convenience store thing. I don't know. I've seen them in upstate New York, but I'm sure they're in like the New England area. I'm not sure. They make really good ice cream. I'm sure if you know what it is, you probably know about the ice cream, but that was news to me. They make very good flavors. So I got it. I got it for breakfast the day we were leaving. I was being a large boy. I was being quite the oaf on that trip. That's not what real camping is. You don't get ice cream. You don't leave the woods and go, hey, let's go get ice cream. You rough it out. There's no desserts. You eat like crap. You lose pounds. But it's fun. Yeah, I've had some of the best vacations I've ever been on have been camping trips because you just don't care anymore. Your phone, like I have no service. Your phone doesn't work. You can't use it, so you might as well put it away. There's no point. Um, but yeah, I recommend. I mean, there's bugs. Obviously, there's like daddy longlegs crawling on you sometimes. I hate daddy longlegs so much. Just other like insects, like and especially when you're in a tent and there's an insect in there with you. It's like, oh man, he can't leave. He's stuck. He's gonna crawl on me. He's gonna crawl into my mouth when I'm sleeping. And it gets so cold at night. Oh, the sleeping bag I've had it for a long time. It's a good sleeping bag, but the zipper doesn't work. So I'm supposed to be a cocoon. Like the way sleeping bags work is like you're completely enveloped and it saves your heat, but the heat's escaping from the side. So I was like fucking freezing. You don't get good nights of sleep when you go on camping trips. You wake up like every 2 hours at least, but it's fun anyway. And I didn't take a shower for like 2 days. Everyone smells bad. That means no one smells bad. I took the train back from upstate. I took the train back from Poughkeepsie. It's like a 2-hour train. I'm sure people were like, these people, ugh, that boy smells disgusting. My hair is like crazy, but it's fun. Don't judge me. If you saw me on the train on Sunday and you were like, this guy fucking, he looks way uglier in person. It's because I hadn't taken a shower in 2 days, guys. It's because I looked disgusting, but not on purpose, or on purpose, I guess. Okay, so that was my weekend. That was a fun time. That was my week. Current events, I just read that Tupperware just filed for bankruptcy, which I hate Tupperware. I hate not the brand, I guess, but the product they've created, the revolution they've started. I think Tupperware is disgusting. I don't own any. I think I'm a leftovers hater in the first place, but mostly Tupperware because I hate the stains that Tupperware gets. It just disgusts me. Like when you bring out a Tupperware that just has like embedded, it's a new color. It's like a disgusting stained glass portrait. Gross. And some people always make memes like, "Oh, the food's not good if it's not in that disgusting Tupperware container." It's not good if it's. Ugh. I don't even know what I'm saying. It disgusted me so much I couldn't even finish my thought. So I'm glad they're going out of business, which means nothing because there's so many competitors. I'm sure they're going out of business because they make a better product, but it's just too expensive. Instead, people are buying the Amazon version of Tupperware. Because the product itself, people aren't stopping using it. It's a plastic container to put stuff in. Very useful product. But I just hate, and you just can't clean them properly. It's like the oil gets embedded in the plastic. Like I hate spaghetti with tomato sauce is one of my least favorite foods. I think it's just disturbing to look at. It tastes fine. I was never a big fan of, I'm an Italian man, of course. Italian heritage. I'm not from Italy. In case any of you want to argue that, of course, people do that. I've always disliked tomato sauce and spaghetti, and tomato sauce in general I was like, for a while. But tomato sauce and spaghetti just, man, always bothered me. Just a lame, like a jar of sauce, just a lame meal. Just such a lame meal. I would dare say it's anti-Italian if you made that meal. That's always like the default Italian meal. Just let's make some spaghetti and tomato sauce. Ugh. So that in Tupperware just stains everything. Truly my nightmare. If you told me I had to use those dishes, stained Tupperware as my plates and cups for the rest of my life, oh God, I'd starve. I'd start chewing on the bricks on my wall. It's disgusting. So I'm glad they're going out of business. The CEO should have known what he was doing. Maybe make your Tupperware easy to clean and not easily stained. Even so, I would still want them to go out of business. Wasn't there like Tupperware parties back in the day? Is that a thing? Like pyramid scheme type things where you would just sell Tupperware to your friends? I don't even know what that is. Was that the 80s? Like, it's crazy what's going on in the 80s. Just imagining ladies with like giant Marge from The Simpsons haircuts selling Tupperware at a party. What is that? What is that life? Look in the mirror, people. What are you doing? Other current events. These are fun current events. I found a couple good ones. I just found that Alaska Airlines acquired Hawaiian Airlines. Doesn't that sound a little suspicious to you? The two non-contiguous states, that's a nice vocabulary word, The two non-continental states now have merged airlines. They control flights to and from their states. Isn't that a little... That seems nefarious. I don't know what to say about that. I feel like you're all in the same wavelength as me. Doesn't that... If they acquire like Puerto Rican Airlines next, that's going to be dangerous. It's like you can travel within the United States. You're all set. But you want to go to another state? You want to go to the extra 3? The extra 2? And maybe one that may become a state? We can't have 51 states. First of all, that's crazy. 50 is such a perfect number. I can't even imagine living in a time when there was like 49. Just cut one in half. Give us 50. It's such a beautiful number. So adding Puerto Rico would be crazy. If we added Puerto Rico, we'd need to get to 100. Like 100 is a better number. You can't stop at any number. 60 states? What is that? It's a stupid number. But yeah, the airlines combining, that's weird to me. I don't know. I think Alaska Airlines is actually pretty big. Alaska Airlines controls like the Pacific Northwest, so I guess that's a bigger one. But Hawaii, just why? What's going on there? That's strange. I'm going to keep my eye on that. If they start to secede from the Union, honestly, Alaska could secede from the Union. I don't think we would care. You'd be like, all right, I guess you keep your ice, keep your walruses. I don't even know. I went to Alaska 2 years ago. Fun place. You keep your salmon. Oh, that would suck. I would love my Alaskan king salmon. That would be a big blow, but we'd survive. Hawaii, though, I don't even know. Hawaii is just a cool place. They don't export anything. Just people go there to chill. I've never been. I should go to Hawaii, honestly. I should look that up. That seems like a fun place to go. I just have a new vacation. I have so many vacation spots in my mind, and listen, I don't have a job, right? I do this for my job. At some point, I probably will need to get a job if I'm a failure continuously. I'm not a failure. This is going splendidly. But I have all these vacations that I could go. I could just go to Hawaii tomorrow, but I don't have anyone to go with because everyone else has a job and they can't take off every single day. So I need to find someone that is a degenerate like I am. I just need a wife that is a degenerate, but not that. But like we need some money. I need a wife that's the breadwinner and a degenerate, and has all the free time in the world. So if you fit those criteria, please give me a ring. If you have nothing going on, but you're also loaded, and you love me and you're super hot, that'd be great. That please slide into my messages. That would be completely awesome. But yeah, I'd love to go to Hawaii. But yeah, the airlines merging, suspicious. Talk about a monopoly on non-contiguous states. Okay, and the big piece of news, besides politics stuff, I only want to talk about politics stuff if it's fun. Like, okay, I'm not going to say the Haitians cutting heads off ducks is fun, but it's like a funny topic. It's not like, oh, the deficit has increased by 5%. No one wants to talk about that. What is this, Capitol Hill podcast? No one wants to talk about that. Also, do I care? Do I know anything? No, I'm just a 26-year-old man who makes jokes for a living. Do I try to stay up to current events? Yes, but do I care about the federal, the Fed hiking interest rates or slashing things or whatever? The consumer price index? I don't give a shit. I do give a shit, but not directly. The fun thing, this is not even fun. P. Diddy are getting arrested for being a sexual predator and the such. Yeah, I mean, I honestly, in my mind, thought he was already in jail. I don't know why. But I don't know how to express my point. I feel like most of these celebrities are doing very similar things. Like, once you become, a lot of these celebrities just are predators. They're despicable people. And so P. Diddy certainly belongs in jail for what he did. I'm not sure the extent, but the allegations, sex trafficking, weird sex parties and drugging people and whatever, of course. But I think if you really did a deep dive on most entertainers, you would find that there's a lot of shady things in their past, and most people overlook it. People don't really care, honestly. The music's good, so I don't care. Like people back in the day, I guess back in the day was slightly different when there was all these like the Beatles or whatever. I'm not saying, I don't know if there's any allegations against the Beatles. I'm sure there are. Sleeping with underage girls. I guess back in the 60s, it was like, I'm going to say slightly different. It should have been, but I guess it was slightly different. But even now, just rock stars, just being degenerates. And no one cares. Like Dave Grohl or whatever. That guy has a child outside of his marriage. That's like the least of the scandalous things. Are you kidding me? A man having a child with an adult woman that I'm sure consented to it. That's the least scandalous thing in the rock industry. So when we get up in arms about all this stuff, I'm sure it's happening so much. And people don't care. Sadly, people don't care. The music's good. Girls are still going to go to the concert and still throw themselves at these guys. Like ladies, like you're doing it. I'm not saying you're doing it to yourself, but certainly like if you were a little bit more apprehensive, things might change a little bit. But it's just not the way. And in men too, right? Men are, So, like humans in general, I'm not going to blame ladies or men. Humans in general, just you like something, you want to forgive them or put them on a pedestal in your mind and throw yourselves at them. So it's unfortunate. But I don't even know a single P Diddy song. I guess that's where I was going. Like I know one. I was trying to think in my mind, and it's from like probably the 2010s. It's what's it called? Coming Home. I'm coming home. I'm coming home. And that's not even. He just raps in it. Like I don't even. I guess I was born in an era after P Diddy was super famous. Like I don't really care. I don't really listen to his music. That's the only. And I just remember the music video where he's just walking through the desert. He's walking through the shattered plains alone, just rapping. Oh, I forget. I don't even know what he's saying. That was me attempting to rap, and I just started moaning. The Hunchback of Notre Dame rapping. He's like rapping about being a role model. I listened to it before this. I forgot. He's like, "What if my son doesn't see me as a role model?" Like, okay, well, he isn't going to see you as unless your son is a pervert, also, which probably is. But it's just funny. P Diddy and his other band of I think these ladies are defending him. I looked it up. Like it was like P Diddy and some other two black women singing in the desert, just walking around like helicopters flying around, and they're like everyone's just upset at P Diddy because, in hindsight, I don't even know what they were saying, but they seem to be defending him. So I don't know if he's definitely guilty. Let's be real, but maybe they had just like a cool friendship. I don't know, or maybe not. Maybe they were lovers with P Diddy. I don't know. Is P Diddy gay? Also, is he like having sex with men? Is that a thing? Who knows what's happening? I think you can become famous. If you have blackmail on other artists, you can become quite famous. Blackmail information is key. So yeah, that's a rough story. I mean, hopefully he doesn't get out of jail. But at this point, like if you get involved with P Diddy after all the allegations have come out, it's kind of your fault. I'm not going to say it is 100% your fault, but like if you go to a P Diddy party and he's like, "Here's a drink, bro," and you drink it, like, okay, what are you expecting? My man is everyone. The book is open on the man. Don't drink P Diddy's juice. Like, what are you doing? It's like, I guess it's not the same. It's like going on a date with Chris Brown. You know what I mean? Like, is he abusive? Probably. It's another guy. Like, we all like his music. I'm not gonna say Chris Brown's music isn't good, but just to be in a relationship with him, like, okay, you know what he did to Rihanna. You know what he's probably done to other people. Let's chill. That's why the song he's saying, "These hoes ain't loyal." I mean, listen, if you're going to leave your man for Chris Brown after what he did, bro, you're not, I mean, exhibit A, these hoes ain't loyal. And I'm not saying anyone in particular is a hoe, but just, there are certainly women and men that are hoes to the max. And God bless them. That's the life they've chosen. It's a crazy way to live your life. But if, like, you can't deny, like, at a certain point, you cannot deny your hoicity, your honosity. Are those words? I'm going to listen to that song again. Is it weird to listen to songs after these things happen? I feel like it's not. I honestly think it's more, it's easier, or in my mind, it's more justified to listen to songs from these tarnished artists once they've been outed as predators. Like, in my mind, if I'm listening to a song by a guy who's like a predator, but he hasn't been outed yet, it feels worse. Like, if everyone knows they're a piece of shit, let's all enjoy their music. Let's all enjoy the one positive thing they gave to society. And I know they might be making money from that, but there's a way to not get the money. If you, like, pirate their music and listen to it, that's great. So, like, once everyone knows they're a piece of shit, it's like, let's grade it. But if it's, like, a well-known rumor, then it feels worse to listen because I'm supporting this guy. We all know he's a piece of shit. But once they come out, I don't know, does that make sense? Probably not. Probably not. But I say it anyway. I say things anyway that don't make sense. We push the envelope here. We push boundaries. Okay, hypothetical question for today. I'm going to ask two of them. If you could have one superpower for a day, what would it be and why? And my answer would be I would like to be invisible so that I could see what my dad does at work at 3 a.m. That is my answer. My dad, for my entire life, my dad owns his own company. He owns his own electrical contracting company, employs a lot of members of our family, employs a lot of people. He's gone into work at 3 a.m. my entire life. He goes to sleep. He goes to sleep at 6 p.m. He goes into his room. He retires like an old woman that lives in her shoe. That's what time he goes to sleep. My whole life. We didn't eat dinner as a family. We rarely did because he would be sleeping at that point. And why does he go in at 3 a.m.? I don't know. He doesn't have, I'm sure the next person, like in construction, you have to go in early. So maybe the other people will get in at 5 or 6 a.m., but he's there a few hours early. What is he doing? I don't know. I don't even think it's anything nefarious. I think he's just watching TV. He just wakes up early to watch TV, to shop, to do what? I don't know, to listen to music. I don't know what he's doing. It's strange. I just want to watch I just want to see what's going on. Just want to know why he does that. Why he decides to shift his entire so it ruins, like, when we go on vacation with him. It's like, oh, I'm getting tired. It's 8 p.m. He's like, oh, it's a little past my bedtime. All right, why don't you stay up a little longer? Him staying up for like New Year's Eve is like, he's never done that before. That's like a blessing. He's done it, but it's like oh my god, the whole year is ruined. He's off kilter at that point. And I'll always wake up early too. Just the worst is when someone wakes you up on vacation because they have a different sleep time. Ugh, just a menace to society. So I'd like to be invisible just so I can like peek in and be like, hey, what's going on here? Just to get in his car and drive to work with him one day, just to see what's going on. And that's the biggest waste of a superpower. I could have said anything. I could have said invincibility. I could have robbed banks. I could have laser sight. I could watch women changing at Gap. I could be a super pervert, but instead I decide to watch my father, which could even be perverted as well. I don't know what's going on there. But yeah, let me know what superpower you would like. I'm sure it's not even remotely similar to what I just said. It could be. And that'd be weird if you all were like, yeah, I also want to watch your dad at 3 a.m. Let's all go watch Matt's dad. Let's pile into the office. Then I have another hypothetical question. This one is going to be more controversial for sure. This is my most controversial opinion, I think. Okay, the question, what is the least attractive profession? And I've said this before. The least attractive profession to me is a school teacher. A school teacher is the least attractive profession. And I can't really pinpoint it. I think it might have something to do, or the origins of my opinion also are kind of the same origins as to why a lot of young female teachers sleep with their students. Like in Georgia, like, oh, married female student sleeps with 8th grade class member. That didn't make sense. Did I say married female student? I don't even know. Married female teacher sleeps with like a 22-year-old woman just graduated college. Just like, oh, I'm going to sleep with a 16-year-old boy, 13-year-old boy. I'm going to rape this 13-year-old boy. That's what it is. I think the origin is, I don't know why, just like being around, I just think in my life, all the teachers I've seen, just the culture, like the clickiness of being a teacher, just the culture of like doing the same thing every day. And like, I don't know how to describe it. Even the lunch they ate, that always bothered me. That's back to the Tupperware point. It was always just things in Tupperware. And I was like, you gross, you disgusting individuals. Like they had any other choice. But it just bothered me so much. And I think, just when I think about it, like I don't want someone who's always in the same spot or doing the same thing, I guess. You can change what you're doing as a teacher, but just like, in my mind, and it's such an important job being a teacher. I'm not saying don't be a teacher. This is why my opinion is so unpopular. Because it's like a very important job and we should value our teachers and pay them very highly. But just like doing the same thing every day or every year, you go through the same curriculum for 30 or 40 years, I couldn't do it. I could never do that. I couldn't do that. So why does that make them unattractive? Not really sure. I think just the part where like you see the same people all the time, I think there's potential for like, I'm not saying my wife's going to be a cheater, but just like, this is like you have like your work boyfriend and stuff. Just any of those jobs where you're just like always kind of hanging out with the same people. They kind of bother me. It's not really about the cheating thing either. It's just like, I don't know how to describe it. It's really hard to describe. And so these young ladies that are sleeping with their students, that's crazy, first of all. I think I read one the other day. It was like, it's always the same woman too. It's always just like a 22-year-old woman that is married. She's probably been married for a few years, her high school sweetheart. And then immediately she's just like, I'm gonna sleep with this kid. This kid's fucking hot. Jesus. What is he on the basketball team, averaging 12 points a game? This is a profession. This is a stud. How could my life go wrong? So this story was, she would be with this kid, and then she would assault the child in the classroom, and then have another kid be on the lookout. And apparently the kid's dad was okay with it. He was like, "That's such a redneck dad thing." They're like, "Son, You're getting it in. You're getting the experience. I wish I was you, son. I trade places with you in a heartbeat." But yeah, obviously, I think the dad might be being prosecuted as well. Of course, the teacher is. I mean, these teachers, it's just insane. The frequency at which it happens too is crazy. They have to be just morons. These teachers. That is another thing I think, and oh my god, it's just such offensive words coming out of my mouth. But like in my mind, like being a teacher, you don't have to be the smartest crayon. This that's it's not looking good for me when I say the smartest crayon in the box, the brightest crayon in the box. I mean, you certainly have to know what you're talking about, but just like we're repeating the same information over and over again. I guess sometimes I've had very smart teachers, but I've had also very dumb teachers. And so in my mind, it's like you don't really have to be that smart to be a teacher, especially at a grade school level. You don't really have to know. Like when you get a substitute teacher that's teaching you information, they're not like a biology expert. Like you get a random lady just reading off a textbook. So, it's not the brightest, unfortunately. And college professor is different in my mind. This cuts off at grade school. So high school, even high school gets better. Like the lower grades is the problem for me. Once it gets higher, it's fine. Like a college professor would be smoking hot. But your regular teacher, just you don't have to be the brightest crayon in the box, the sharpest pencil in the pencil case. And I think it's Exhibit A when the teachers are sleeping with their students and thinking that it's a good idea for some. I don't know what kind of game these kids are. I guarantee they're doing nothing. They're just being boys. They're just being boys, and there's this perverted. That's the To Catch a Predator. I think I was talking about that before. If never been a woman, it's just women teachers are the To Catch a Predator pedophiles. Just somehow we have to pretend to be a 16-year-old boy that's on the football team, and then just DM every Catholic school teacher, woman teacher, and see how many you can get. See how many you can make crack. It's probably a lot. So yeah, that's my least attractive profession. I don't even know what the most popular answer would be. I don't know what the most popular answer for a woman would be. Maybe a computer scientist or a comedian, that kind of combo. I'm not saying I'm either of those things. I'm a hunk. I am a professional hunk, so clearly I'm the top. But I actually don't know what it would be. I don't know what it'd be for men either. I have no clue. It's a very interesting question. It's a very subjective question. So I'm curious on that one. Don't even answer the previous. What was the previous question I asked? Oh, the superpower one? That's lame. This one, what's the least attractive profession? The most attractive profession? I feel like that. For women, it's always like firefighter or something else, which I get. I guess they're always in physical shape. They're always or not always, but it's like a stereotypical like hunky man, tall hunky man that's strong and saves people. I get that. Or I guess someone that makes a lot of money would be attractive. But for me, the most attractive profession, I think something with math, honestly. That's how much of a nerd I am. Like, if you're good at math and you're like a scientist of some sort, that'd be so hot. If you're like discovering like creatures, if you're just like in a lab just making creatures, just manufacturing life. If you are a giver of life, not in the traditional way, but in the Frankenstein way, once again, my DMs are open. I've just described such a crazy woman that I want. A scientist woman who has nothing going on, who's rich, who loves me and is super hot. If you fit those criteria, you can send me. You don't even have to send me your resume. Just be like, I fit the criteria. And it's go time from there. Let's book a trip to Hawaii. But yeah, something with math. I think just stereotypically people that are in math and science are not very attractive in STEM. So to find someone that is, that would be quite the treat. And I've found many people that are, but it hasn't worked out so far. All my STEM baddies have evaded me. So sad. Okay, away from the hypothetical questions. I keep seeing on dating apps, there's always like a thing like, we'll get along. It's one of the prompts. We'll get along if you like to talk during movies. And it made me think, like, who doesn't like talking during movies? I've never met a person where if I was speaking to them, not like, if you speak weirdly during movies or like yelling, of course. But like, I've never met a person where like whisper something about a movie, like make a joke, or they're like, hey, shut up! Don't talk during my movie! I want to listen. Nemo's doing a monologue right now. I need to listen to him. Dory's poured her heart out to the audience. I've never met a person like that. I'm scratching myself, by the way, because I have so many mosquito bites from my camping trip, just ripping my skin open. But yeah, like that's always the thing. Like, okay, if you don't like talking during movies, you're probably a miserable person. If I can't make a joke to you, like when something stupid happens, I saw a movie the other day, Speak No Evil. It was a horror movie. I was speaking with my guests. I was speaking with my fine young lady. It was a fun time. You make jokes. You ask about questions. You're like, what's going on here? Um, if you were like screaming, like I've been to, I don't think I've ever been to a movie where someone was heckling, but I've been to like a comedy show. I went to see. Um, this might be an indication of what my dad's doing at 3 a.m. because last year he bought the comedian Chris Tucker from Rush Hour. He bought back-to-back nights of tickets because he wasn't sure which one he wanted to go to. That's a thing he's done in the past, and he just wanted to give the other pair of tickets away. So he went like a Friday and Saturday night, and he gave the other pair of tickets to my brother and I. So we went to see Chris Tucker, who's like a 50-year-old man. He hasn't been relevant in a long time, but like whatever. It's free tickets. I'll go watch. And there was a lady behind us who was just like an absolute moron. She might have actually been disabled. She might have been a retarded woman. Her and like her friend, and she just screamed like every 5 seconds. She was like, "I love you, Chris. We love you, Chris." And we're like, "Shut the fuck!" Like she couldn't even hear the joke. She would say that, and she would like talk to her friend like, "Oh, Chris, he's really funny today." Like you're not even listening to the jokes. What the fuck is this? So if you're doing that during a movie, of course that sucks. But that's an insane. That woman is insane. That woman is like ridiculous. No one is like that. So if you're like that, of course, but regular talking during movies, there's plenty of parts in the movie you don't need to be paying that much attention. And if I'm going to tell you a little joke, like I love telling jokes. Like that guy looks like a whale pops up on the screen. Like, hey, is that you on the screen? Like, hee. It's a funny joke. And if you don't want me to say that, then I don't know. You sound like a miserable person. So I've yet to meet that person. I kind of want to meet them just to see what it's like, just to get into their mind, that wild mind of theirs. But yeah, so that's like one of these like prompts that people put that just means nothing. People put so many things that just like, I don't know, just like the prompts are supposed to say information about you. Like if you just write, like when someone writes a prompt and they're just like, it's like, what's your least favorite thing? Like answering these prompts is what they write. Okay, that's cool. None of us want to answer these. Tell me something else. Tell me something fun. My prompts are very stupid, but that's like my personality. They're very like silly. Just saying random shit, but it's funny. So you can tell that I'm a funny man as I put comedian in my bio in case you didn't know. By the way, the worst thing, some girl I matched with, I don't remember, like a few weeks ago maybe, and she was like, "Can you tell me a joke?" And I was like, "I hate this so much." And then I just replied with knock knock, and she didn't respond. I was like, "Okay, actually, thank God. I didn't want to answer this." I was like, "This is the worst. The worst thing you could ever ask me is tell me a joke. I'd rather pee in your face. I'd rather you pee in my face, actually. Peeing in your face would be fine." I've said so much about peeing in faces today. I've mentioned it like at least 10 times, 5 times. Yeah, that's weird. I don't know why. I'm going to have to stop doing that. Matthew, stop talking about your fetish of peeing on people's faces. Wait, that was supposed to be for myself. You guys weren't supposed to hear that. Whoops. Okay, talking movies. Talking in my sleep is another thing that I've done historically. I'm not sure if I do it that much anymore. I don't have frequent people sleeping in my bed with me that can verify. I guess I should ask. But historically throughout my life, I have talked in my sleep. Especially in college, my roommates would always tell me that I was talking in my sleep. And it's gibberish. It's not English. It's a made-up language, Matthew talk. But I'm sure if you recorded it, I secretly think if you recorded it and wrote it all down that it meant something. That I was prophesizing maybe the end of the world. Maybe that's what happened back in the day. Like there was people that talked in their sleep, and the Mayans were just like, "Oh, 2012 is the end of the world," because I would be like, 2012 annihilation." But yeah, I don't even think it was English. I think it was just that's the crazy part. If it was like English words, that didn't make sense, but sometimes it was just complete gibberish. It was just like words, and that's fascinating to me. I would love to record it. Maybe I should just record myself sleeping tonight or every night. I should just record myself sleeping and see what happens. But yeah, I would love to continue to talk in my sleep and have it mean something, like write a book. That'd be cool, just like chronicling a book of everything you've said in your sleep, and it just makes no sense. People would buy it. People would buy that book. It's just complete gibberish. It's like a journal, night one. Fascinating read. New York Times bestseller, Matthew's journal, Matthew's sleep journal. The things I see when I dream, the things I say when I dream. So yeah, I don't know if anyone else talks when they sleep. I don't know if it's like a childhood thing. I used to sleepwalk as well, or sleep move. Not really sleepwalk. One time we had like a ceramic penguin in my room. My sister used to sleep in our room when we were younger. Like sometimes she would like come over. It was like my brother and my sister. We would all sleep in the same room. And apparently I threw a ceramic penguin at her when I was sleeping. The most violence I've ever committed against a woman was me assaulting my sister with a ceramic penguin when we were 9 years old. That was my domestic violence debut right there. And my debut and my finale. But yeah, so that I don't think I do that anymore. I don't think I sleepwalk or sleep talk. I wish I slept talk still. It's kind of fun. It kind of is concerning. And I remember sometimes I would wake up and like I would be having a conversation with someone, and in my mind I thought it made sense. I'd be completely following along, and then it would be complete gibberish, and they'd be like, "What?" And I'd wake up and be like, "Yeah, I knew that was complete gibberish, but it made sense in my mind when I was speaking to you." So it's kind of weird, but yeah, it's fun. Sleepwalking is fun. Sleep anything is fun. It doesn't count. If you kill someone while you're sleeping, does it count? I don't think so. Your dream mind is going to jail, not you. I wrote down flossing here as a I'm addicted to flossing, I think. I don't know how to describe it. If I don't floss at night, my teeth yearn. It's like a drug. They yearn for just the wire to go between them. They yearn, like my gums yearn to bleed. They yearn to just be plucked at. When I floss at night, I'm plucking meat out of my teeth. I'm excavating chunks. Some people floss and nothing comes out. I think my teeth are really tight. I have to use a special kind of floss. Crest Pro Glide, I believe, or Oral-B Pro Glide. I don't remember. Special, very flat floss. The other floss doesn't work. And I'm just pulling chunks out. I'm ripping. If I collected all the stuff out of my teeth in a year, it'd probably be like a whole ribeye of meat. So I need to floss, or else there's stuff in between my teeth. And it feel like when I don't floss, if I'm like, I think might have been on vacation a few weeks ago. My floss ran out. I had a little thing of floss, and I was like, "Fuck, this sucks." It just felt wrong. Just felt I'm not clean anymore. And if I go to someone's house and I don't have floss anymore, like I've been to a lot of people's houses where they have like the floss picker thing. It's like a plastic stick with floss on it, and they claim that's easier. That's like, I think the floss itself is worse quality, so I can't get back there. But it's way harder to use that floss. If I wrap floss around my fingers and go back there, it takes like less than a minute at most to clean my teeth. It just goes like pluck, 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 pluck. It's like apple picking. The stick thing is like hard to maneuver. That stick thing is way harder. I don't know what you guys are talking about. The stick floss is like impossible to use. So I don't know if I'm living in a fairy tale. Like, I don't know what people are talking about with those things. They're way more inconvenient. They're like, oh, those are easier. They're not easier. It's so much harder. I'm a flossing expert. I floss all the time. When I go to the dentist and they're like, do you floss? And I say yes, and they seem surprised. I'm like, you motherfucker. You have no idea how much I love flossing. You take that back right now. They also, every time I go to the dentist, they're like, there's like stains on my teeth. And they keep asking me questions like, do you smoke? Do you drink coffee? Do you drink tea? I'm like, no. I don't do any of those things. And they're like puzzled. And then the last time I went, the guy was like, he's like, do you eat like gummy vitamins every morning? I'm like, yeah. He's like, that's it. He's like, those stain your teeth. I'm like, what? I don't, like, if I ate candy, but that's, I don't know. It seemed weird. That seems like, is gummy vitamins the same stains as smoking? That seems wrong. Do I have like just like a chain smoking 80-year-old man's teeth just eating vitamins every morning? What the heck is that? So I don't know what the business with that is. I'm not really sure if I believe him. But I also don't know where the stains would come from because I don't drink coffee. I don't smoke. Like regularly. Like I'll drink coffee like honestly once a year. I'll smoke like not like so few times. Like once every few months at most. So and tea, like I drink water all day, every day. I'll drink water and alcohol. Those are like the two things I'll drink. And alcohol I only drink on like the weekends usually. I don't know where the stains are coming from, but my teeth are in prime condition. I floss. I use mouthwash. I brush my teeth every day. Brush twice a day. So yeah, when they say I don't floss, it's insulting because I'm such a flossing ambassador. I would be the spokesperson for floss almost more than I want to be the spokesperson for Subway, which is crazy. Okay, final topic. Talking about burritos, and I had this revelation, even though I've thought about this before, is that I remember a day when burritos didn't have rice. Is that a thing people remember? I feel like it's like the Mandela effect. When I was younger, burritos didn't have rice, and they never had rice. No one ever put rice in burritos. And then I remember going to Chipotle for the first time when I was younger. I remember I hated Chipotle. It wasn't good when I went because it was so much rice. And I was like, what the fuck? I was like, why is there rice in this burrito? Who would put rice in this damn burrito? And it was so much. In hindsight, it's probably the quantity they give now. It's probably the regular quantity. But ever since that moment, I've seen rice in every burrito. Every burrito has rice. And I don't think they should. I think it makes no sense. I think it's wrong. So I don't know if I'm wrong on this. Is that like, Is a typical Mexican burrito have rice in it? I honestly don't know. I have not a clue. So I'm like, I feel like I'm being lied to, and I don't know what to do about it. And I don't think any place makes them without rice. Like I was at Taco Bell yesterday, and I think they might have a few that are just without rice. But also, am I going to trust Taco Bell to be the authority on Mexican food? No, I'm not. So I don't really know. Maybe it's like different regions of Mexico. Some put rice, some don't. But in my mind, the burrito is the carb of the thing. Why does rice need to be there? They don't need two carbs. You don't have rice. I don't know. I just don't know. Tacos don't have rice, right? A taco is basically a burrito. It's just rolled. So why does it have rice? I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't like it. Um, but of course, when Chipotle asked me if I want rice, you kind of need they gaslight into putting rice because if you didn't have rice, they would give you less stuff. The rice like is a trendsetter for what comes forward. You have to give a good ratio. So I don't really know, but I'm firm in my belief that at a certain point, I'm going to say 2010. Pre 2010, there was no rice in any burritos. And then something happened. Something just changed. And Chipotle, like the guy in the Chipotle CEO, there's a little nerdy white guy in my mind. I'm thinking of him. He fucked up everything with that rice. Not that I'm complaining. It's like extra calories, whatever. He just changed something. And it's a pretty minor issue. But what can you do? That is the end of the podcast, everyone. Thank you guys for watching. If you want to support the show, you can go to meetsangria.com. You can pick up a Save the Carrot Meisters hat. One purchase of the Save the Carrot Meisters hat goes towards saving the Carrot Meisters and saving me from poverty. Have a nice week, everyone. Appreciate you all. Love you all. Stay safe out there. And don't let P. Diddy get you. I know he's in jail, but he's coming home. Someone's going to be coming home in his booty hole very soon. And don't let him come in your home. I don't know what I just said. All right, thank you.